Hey onesies, Josh Williams here, and thanks for checking out this week's episode of the One Man Podcast. It's always free and available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, and many more, as well as on the web at onemanpodcast.com. So please, whatever platform you're listening on, like and subscribe. While you're at it, give it a rating, leave a review. Why? Because it helps the podcast, and I'd really appreciate it. How about that? What about social media? Search One Man Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to keep up with what's going on there. Get a little extra content for yourself. And finally, to get in touch, please send your emails to contact@onemanpodcast.com. You send it, I read it on the podcast. That's the deal. Thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you enjoy this week's episode.
Hey, it's Krista Allen. You're listening to the One Man Podcast.
Yeah!
Hey, it's Josh Williams, and welcome to the One Man Podcast, episode number 120 for Wednesday, August 28th, 2019. How's it going, onesies? How are you guys doing? Yeah, this one is coming at you directly on Wednesday afternoon. I have had the shit kicked out of me with my allergies in the last few days. I have been on meds. I am still on meds. I have a wicked headache from all the sinus stuff going on, and I am dopey as hell, so I am really pushing it up to get the energy. Yesterday was so brutal. I took so many meds. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I slept from like 7 p.m. until about 9:30 this morning. So I got 14 hours. It's brutal. It's brutal. Fucking hay fever here in Ottawa. So people in other parts of the world that don't suffer from ragweed or whatever, I didn't suffer till my mid-20s. It wasn't until my mid-20s that I started having issues with this stuff. So either way, I'm still getting it to you on Wednesday, just not the tip top of the morning like I would normally have for you. I did a lot of work this last week. I did training for something I will be doing. I picked up a bunch of new gigs, so I will have lots of stories to tell you in the future. But today I am, fingers crossed, hoped for a short episode, guys, just so that I have it for you. Last week I was doing the PlayStation VR stuff again at the Rito Center, getting hooked up with some freebies from the mall. That was a good time. So I don't know what to tell you guys. We had a bunch of VR stuff going on, a bunch of games. The new one that we did this time around was Beat Saber. So for anyone who's like a fan of Guitar Hero type stuff, you got basically music going, and your VR controllers are like lightsabers, and you're using them to slash blocks to the beat. Very, very Guitar Hero-esque. Strum the thing, hit the button. Well, it's the same idea, but fun. It's in VR. It's got decent tunes. But there was one song they just kept playing over and over and over again, and I believe I will make that the outro song if I haven't used it already for this week's episode. But yeah, it was a good time. I got to work with some great people, working with my buddy Khalil, working with Rawa, working with Lydia, a bunch of people that I work with. Again, I will be working with this weekend too on some other projects here in the city. But I'll share a couple little things with you. We made friends with people at a beverage location. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I would definitely give them a free plug from all the free shit they gave us, but we were right outside this beverage place, made friends with the managers and the team leads and things like that. Man, they were great people. They were giving us free drinks all day, every day. So kind, so amazing. And then there was a place right next to it, a pretzel place, where at the end of the day, every day, they would just have way too many pretzels, and they would load the team up with free pretzels. Amazing. Guys, not good for my figure, but holy shit, is it ever good for my wallet. Hey, you guys want a bunch of free shit? Absolutely. And here's a little tip for you guys. I did not know this. The rest of the team told me. I felt like I was like, how the hell did I not know this? I've worked in malls for years. I had no idea. Did you guys know that the Asian restaurants, the places like Teriyaki Express and Bourbon Street Chicken and some of the other ones, I think there's another one called Shanghai 360. Did you guys know that at the end of the day, about 20 minutes before the end of the day, they just take all of the items and they just start making little mix containers of them, like a protein, a starch, and a veg. A lot of them do that. Yeah, sorry, I still got the aligners in my mouth, which is affecting my speech a little bit. I'm close to them. 6 weeks left and I'm all done. Oh, I can't wait for everyone to see my new smile. But yeah, they'll take all this stuff and they throw it into these containers, and they make like a $5.99 special. So you basically just go up and they sit them all up top, kind of like, like a deli or whatever, showing you all the different like pasta dishes or whatever they make for the day. But it's just, yeah, you go and look and it's like, oh, there's chicken and noodles and, rice in this one. Oh, this one is, chicken noodles and, broccoli. Like it's just, excuse me. And there's a different kind of chickens, of course, the General Tao, the lemon, the Bourbon Street, depending on where you're going. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I would just run over and I would grab myself a $6 food for the evening, because it's a deal at the end of the day, just to, obviously get it out and, you save some money as a customer. So I felt like an idiot that I didn't know that. So yeah, if you happen to work in a mall or be near a mall end of day, you can get a wicked deal at the Asian places about last 20 minutes before close. So have at that, my friends. But overall, the thing went well. I remember I was taking the bus every day, which is an experience I haven't done in a long time. I really don't like busing, but I'll tell you, this mall is like $30 a day to park in. So I'm losing an hour and a half of work just to park. So I took the bus, but of course, also venturing outside to take the bus and standing around the weather, I'm sucking in more fucking pollen. I have wicked hay fever. Even now, my eyes are itchy as hell. I'm rubbing them constantly. My throat has a tickle. I can feel that tickle all the way up from my throat into my ear canals. Very, very uncomfortable. Okay, so not feeling good, guys. And I'm going to just power right through this one. Just so it's out there for you. You know what I mean? I want you guys to be able to, I want you to be able to count on me. And I'm sorry that this is a little late, but I feel disgusting. I was going to do it for my back last night, but I couldn't even open my eyes. My throat hurt. Oh man, I was ever uncomfortable. So yeah, I got my allergies. They're brutal. How does this help? Excuse me. How is your body helped by this? You know what I mean? Like, I get the idea, like if something's in your system that your body doesn't like, sneeze it out, but like, this stuff, I'm clearly not, it's not going to kill me. I only got these allergies in my mid-20s. So obviously I lived 20 some odd years, before I caught allergies. But now all of a sudden your body's just like runny eyes, itchy throat, itchy sinuses, sneezing. How does the reaction my body's giving me to these pollens supposed to help? It's just making me miserable. I think the effects of the anti-pollen is worse than what might happen to me if you just left me the fuck alone with this shit in my system, It's like wheezing, cough, whatever. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what my body's trying to do. I don't know how this helps. If anyone knows how this is better than the alternative, I would love to hear it. So send me an email. You guys know what the email address is. contact@onemanpodcast.com. Anyways. So that bite that I was telling you guys about, one of the days at PSVR, I had to step out and go to a doctor because I think it was just, I guess, good luck at the time. I was changing into my uniform, and as I was changing, my brother sends me a text message, says, "Hey man, does that bite you have look like a target?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really know." So I snapped a photo of it and I sent it to him. And that was the first time I'd looked at it up close for a few days. Cause when I was in Toronto, it was just a big red lump, but this was the first time. And when I get out of the shower, I look at it and the redness was going down a little bit, like from the overall surface area, it was starting to come back inwards, but I hadn't really had a chance to see like the head of it or the center of the whatever. I don't even know if it's a bite, to be honest with you, but I saw the center of it, and it was like, when I looked at this picture, because I was looking at it when I got out of the shower. I wear glasses, so when I get out of the shower, I had my glasses on. So I could see the redness, but I couldn't see, I see the size of it, but I couldn't see like the specifics in the center. Well, I was just looking at it when I got out of the shower. It looked like it was going down. And when I snapped this picture for my brother, I saw that the head looked fucked up. It looked like this big white thing. I don't want to gross anybody out. It looked bad. It looked really bad. And I don't even know where I got it from, because I didn't see it until it was already, like a red lump. And then it was like worse the next day. And I think I saw it like Thursday or Friday of that week when I was in Toronto. So, it was, when I looked at it, it was fully infected. If my brother had messaged me while I was like on the footprint or whatever, working PSVR, I wouldn't have looked at it. I would have just been like, yeah, I don't know, I'll take a picture when I'm, another time. And I would have just forgotten. So it just happened to be perfect timing that he, messaged me about it while I was, changing. So saw it, it looked fucked up. It looked infected, whatever it was, it looked bad. And he starts telling me about, these brown recluse bites that you can get and tick bites. And even though I never saw a tick on me, but he's telling me what tick bites didn't look quite like a tick bite. But anyways, long story short is I'm like, okay, fuck, whatever this is, it's infected and I don't want to get like Lyme disease or whatever. So the guys let me go to a walk-in clinic. I went in there and I got 2 different antibiotics. I got a topical antibiotic, so a cream, and then I got a penicillin ingestibles. So I've been taking pills and antibiotics and doping myself up, that way. So the mega improvement on that bite. So for anyone who's wondering, because I had a few other people reach out and say, hey, how's that thing doing? I just wanted everyone to know the bite is doing well, or whatever the fuck it is. The injury is doing very, very well. It is a scab now. It is not an infected white pussy. Bleh. So I'm doing okay with that. What else is of note in my boring ass life? Don't you guys wish I could get I'm like 10 minutes in. Don't you guys wish I could get get through my entire week in 10 minutes every week? Make it nice and quick. Free drinks, free pretzels, costly antibiotics, no drug plan on a comics salary. And, and then yesterday, so something I didn't tell you guys, I don't believe I mentioned it, is that my mom's dog, Bella, the one who my dog Chase is always with, she got cancer a while back, and she passed away while I was in Toronto. So that's always a downer. Excuse me. But my mom was looking into getting, I think she had a mat, whatever. I'm trying to go back to the Bella thing, just not just sweep it over. But everybody who has a pet knows that it really sucks to lose a pet. So, my mom was looking for a while for another dog, because she knew Bella's time was running out, and she was looking at these hunt terriers. So it's like Jack Russells, only they're black and brown instead of brown and white. So they look like little Dobermans or little Dachshunds or whatever it is, but the coloring, but they're Jacks, basically. So she was on the list from the breeder, same breeder I got Chase from, and yesterday was the day that we picked her up. So my mom wanted to name her Grace. She wanted a name that would rhyme with Chase. Ugh, that's goofy in my books, but also something kind of like a little remembrance of Bella, whatever. So she's got, her new little dog Gracie, and then of course my dog Chase there. So my mom's quickly turning into a terrier person. Sorry guys, I'm really loopy because of the medicine and the itching. I'm so uncomfortable right now. I really hope the next time I talk to you guys, I'm doing better. I'm sorry this is so delayed. Trust me, it's delayed because talking, like just sitting around laying in bed hurts, but now talking, the throat irritation. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. Not comfortable. I ran into some, friends yesterday, at Costco, and they're like, yeah, man, you look bad. You look bad. And it's like, my eyes are bloodshot. I'm constantly taking high milligram doses of, Benadryl, which is also doping me up. But, so sorry for the short podcast, guys. I haven't even I got no DK book this week because I can't start reading to pass out. My eyes are so bloodshot. The eyes hurt. It's hard to read there when your eyes is hurting. But went out to the breeders yesterday, picked up a new puppy. Very happy, very cute little dog. Oh, constantly wetting this scratchy whistle. Oh yeah, I lost one of my water bottles on the activation, but luckily Costco sells the exact same ones. 2-pack cost me $20. Hey, what a wicked steal! A wicked steal. So I'm very happy that. I'm very happy about water bottles. Am I really that? Trying to put on a tough exterior for you guys. Trying to make this interesting. It's not going to happen today. Oh, fuck. Something I missed too last week. Jason's nephew from Calgary came. Austin. Austin was hanging out with us all week. He was a good kid. I had a chance to play with him. Brody came over last week. And, oh, fuck. Okay. All right. I got some stuff for you guys. I got a couple more stories that I'll tell you. All right. So, we watched scary stories to tell in the dark. We saw that. Crystal, Brody, Michaela, and myself. So here's what happened. All right. So to cap off the Gracie story, my mom's got Grace. She prepped her house and puppy proofed everything, whatever. We went and picked her up yesterday in the country. Spent some time with the little pup. I actually brought my car in the morning to get something fixed on it. So all is good in the hood with that. Is that story done? Yeah. Look, whatever. I'm excited to see this new pup. Pup's got balls. She doesn't take shit from Chase. She's much smaller than him, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this new dog. All right. I'll put some pictures and shit on. My mom will not stop texting us pictures and putting them on her Facebook or whatever. So she's happy, and that makes me happy. Last week, Austin was here, as I mentioned. young kid. I didn't get to see him much because I was doing the PSVR, but he was a good kid. He was hanging out with me in the evenings. Him and I played a game called Inside on the Xbox 360. 360, Jesus, that was a while back. On the Xbox One. A game called Inside, side-scroller. Very cool. You can check it out on YouTube. Side-scrolling puzzle game. Jason and I looked at it a while back on his computer. Kamara's seen it, and he was like, that's fucking crazy. He's like, that's horrifying. Like, these little... The Grudge, the Ring monsters start coming after you and stuff. Whatever. It's a cool puzzle game from Playdead, same people who did Limbo. I would strongly urge you to, YouTube Limbo or Inside. Very cool games. We played that. A lot of little puzzle solvers, had fun. One day Brody was over here. So Brody, Austin, and then our friend Colin's son Finn was here, and we were all playing a board game called Colt Express. That was fun. This was fun hanging out. It's fun playing some board games with people who actually want to play board games. All right. I had a good time with those kiddos that day. And that evening, Brody and I went to, what did we do? We went to see Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark with Crystal and Michaela. And I got to tell you guys, save your money. Wow. Was that a bad movie? It was awful. How do I even begin to describe how shitty this movie was? It had some stories in it from the Alvin Schwartz books, but the way they wrote the story around it on the outside was awful. And I mean fucking awful. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has given this, just to see what if I'm way out of line or if it's actually, as bad as I thought it was. It was terrible. Crystal didn't like it either. Michaela liked it. When they got to the Scary Stories, they were half decent, but like they couldn't just start telling you a bunch of random stories, which I wish they had done, because that would have been better. But what they had, oh my God, how did this thing get 79%? It's certified fresh. It is awful. Oh my God, this is awful. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't think that it deserved a high score. It was shit. Audience rated it lower than Rotten, but audience still gave it 72%. Show me the fucking scores. I want to see somebody who, there's only one. See all audience reviews. Yeah. I want to see somebody. It was just okay. One person said, yeah, it's not a very good review though. It seemed more like a kid's movie. The movie wasn't horrible, just not worth cinema money. Wait till it comes out on Redbox. The movie wasn't scary to me. I'm not sure I even liked the storyline. Yeah. Well, these are shit reviews, but those are some of the ones that give it low reviews. Guys, it doesn't make any sense. They wrote a new story. So a lot of them you're going to recognize from the book. And even in the movie, they set it up for a sequel. Do you know what I mean? Like and you could see like clear as day, the setup for a sequel. And I'm like, this is shitty. There's no way I would spend another dime on this movie. But you see like the Scarecrow story from the book. You see the missing toe story from the book, but there were stories that they added that I don't believe were in the book. And then the story on the outside was stupid. And we're talking like long 25-minute gaps between the actual horror stuff. And just the story that's going on is stupid. It makes no sense. It's lame. Yeah. I think the reason I'm giving it so much attention is because Red was asking me for a while. It seemed like every few days she was like, Scary Stories? ? Like, have I seen it? And garbage. Fucking garbage, guys. Do not spend your money going to see this. I think it's a little too scary for little kids. But at the same time, it's not scary enough for adults, and the storyline is stupid. You're waiting a real long time. And then the scary scenes are like 3 minutes long. So you're like 20 minutes, and then you get a 3-minute scary scene. And then in 20 minutes, and then it's 3 minutes. The whole idea is that they're like, these stories are happening, but the stories don't happen for 20 minutes at a fucking time. Garbage. Fuck you, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I do not give a shit. What was I going to say here? Bop, boop, boop, beep, beep, bop. Sorry. Yeah, fuck me. I got nothing to say this week. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't feel well. But apparently I can get my energy up to bitch about a movie. So, had fun with PSVR. Still fun. If you guys don't have one, check it out. New puppy. Excited to share stories with this little thing as it grows older and gets bigger. Don't go see scary movies to whatever Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Very disappointing. They were great stories. The art was fantastic. And the horror parts in it are done particularly well. But just, the whole thing was stupid. And fuck my allergies. All right. And with that, my partners at portablepress.com, Uncle John's Bathroom Readers. And this week I'm going to be reading from Uncle John's endlessly engrossing bathroom reader. I'm just going to flip to a fucking random page because I didn't even... Oh, ooh, what is this? Unheard albums. I don't know about that. The Life Imitates Art. Is this one page? I don't want to read more than a page today. All right, we got a one-pager, guys. This one's called Life Imitates Art. So real-life events that are eerily similar to TV or film plots. Turn on the light here. So I can read this. All right. So on the screen, it's a famous TV moment in the 1973 episode of The Brady Bunch in which Peter throws a football and hits Marcia, Maureen McCormick, in the face, severely damaging her nose and ruining her high school dance plans. In real life, on February 9th, 1973, the night the episode aired, McCormick left the Burbank, California studio where the Brady Bunch taped. On her way home, she got into a car accident. On impact, McCormick smashed her nose onto the steering wheel. Oh, on the screen. The last season of The West Wing from 2005 to 2006 followed a fictional presidential election. Despite predictions that the established candidate Bob Russell, Gary Cole, would win the Democratic nomination, he's edged out by upstart Mexican-American Matt Santos, Jimmy Smits. The Republican nominee is decided early. Prickly Senator Arnold Vinnick, Alan Alda, appeases his party by choosing the staunch conservative governor of a small state, West Virginia, as his running mate. In real life, in the 2008 presidential campaign, Hillary Clinton was assumed to be the Democratic nominee until African-American Barack Obama beat her in the final days of the primary. Republican John McCain, labeled a maverick, for often breaking with his party. Sorry, guys. Oh, my God. Locked up the nomination early. His running mate, Sarah Palin, the conservative governor of a small state, Alaska. I don't see how those are the same, whatever. That seems like a reach. And finally, on the screen, the scheme used by Gus Gorman, Richard Pryor, in 1983's Superman 3 to steal thousands of dollars in tiny increments was based on the real-life Salimi technique of embezzling. In the 1999 comedy Office Space, the main characters attempt the same kind of scheme, even referencing Superman 3. In real life, in 2007, Michael Largent, 22, created thousands of fake accounts with E-Trade, which sends each new account a micro amount of a few cents. He'd made $50,000 before the FBI captured him, tipped off because he used cartoon names, including Hank Hill, created by Mike Judge, who wrote Office Space. Ooh, it all comes back together. Running feet. About 80% of all marijuana grown outdoors in the United States is on state or federal land. And that, my friends, oh man, is Uncle John's Bathroom Readers. Endlessly engrossing bathroom reader. So that was Life Imitates Art. And of course, they've always got things out there. So if you guys want to read drum books, that one wasn't great. I'm not going to lie. They're not all home runs. I thought that one might be interesting. I saw how one of those imitated art. But the other two, it's like, yeah, I guess, yeah. Someone did a scheme on TV and then someone did a scheme in real life. Whatever. Who else we got? Absolute Comedy, guys. I had 2 fantastic weeks in Toronto. Please check out absolutecomedy.ca for upcoming shows in your area. There's 3 clubs, Ottawa, Toronto, and Kingston. Take a look at absolutecomedy.ca.
Absolute Comedy is the best live stand-up comedy from across North America, with locations in Kingston, Toronto, and Ottawa, Ontario. These comedians have been featured on Just for Laughs, Netflix, Comedy Central, CBC's The Debaters, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Conan, The Comedy Network, and much, much more. Go to absolutecomedy.ca to see this week's lineup. Planning a night out is easy with dinner and show packages, available at all locations. Live comedy is a great choice if you're organizing a celebration, fundraiser, company outing, or corporate event. Want the show brought to you? They'll send comedians to your venue with performances tailored to your event, creating a night of laughs your guests will love and won't soon forget. So for showtimes, ticket prices, gift certificates, special shows, and more, head to absolutecomedy.ca. Again, that's absolutecomedy.ca for the best live stand-up comedy from across North America.
And we're back. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, I have not read one of my DK books this week. Just too messed up. You know, I'm falling asleep and I'm on way too many drugs. I just can't focus on reading, and I apologize. But I will figure out my meds to get myself to a nice stable state, and I will have a nice fresh DK book for you guys next week. But in the meantime, check out my partners at DK, right? You can Google DK Books, and it'll probably redirect you to the closest one. In Canada, dk.com/ca. No CA in the US one, just dk.com. And of course, like I said, just Google DK Books. You'll find them out there on the web. Yeah, in terms of like, I'm like, I haven't been watching any movies or anything like that on TV. I did forget to tell you guys that I went to a training last week. I will be working with some companies, some upcoming companies in the near future. And I went to a training for that on Friday. It was outstanding, and I'm really looking forward to meeting the rest of the team. And these events, they're going to be going until December. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so I'll have more details of that coming up this week for the old J-Dubs. I am doing some LCBO promos, so liquor store stuff, starting as early as tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some beer store stuff on Friday and Saturday. Looks like I got a games night coming up with my friends Chris and Rebecca, whom I love spending time with. I hope they're listening to the podcast. And I think that's about it. I'm going to have some writing and things coming up, but I'm trying to have a regular games night here too. I'm enjoying just, having a few friends over, playing some card games or some board games or whatever it is, just having a few drinks. It's nice social night. And I want to do that every Monday just because it's a great night of the week. No one likes Mondays. Well, if you got a little game, a little get together with some friends to look forward to, it really turns the tide of, whether or not Monday's shitty or not. But either way, I spent so much money on games lately that I got to get these fucking things played. But, yeah, guys, I'm sorry for the short podcast. This one's real short, but I don't have anything in the tank. Didn't do a lot this week. I've just been on antibiotics for this bite. I've been on meds for the allergies. Tell me about you guys. How do you guys get seasonal allergies? My Canadian listeners. I know that once you get past Toronto, the ragweed really comes down. It's not as big a thing. So, I wish I had. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a short one, but I really do wish I had more boring stories for you. I don't even feel funny, guys. I'm so fucking uncomfortable. Really, I don't know what to do with myself here. I did some other stuff. I'm trying to think. I know I did other things, but just nothing's coming to mind right now. And even if it did, would it be worth telling you? I don't know. But tell me what's going on with you guys. You guys watch any movies lately? Anything that you think are, was definitely worth seeing or definitely not worth seeing? I want to catch up with some stuff on Netflix. Jason gave me access to his Amazon Prime, and there's a show called The Boys, which they're advertising everywhere. Saw an advertisement for it when I went to the show. And yeah, it looks good. I watched the first 5 minutes. It was pretty intense. So I'm looking for a new show. If I'm going to be laying in bed on not pain, but allergy meds, unable to function, I would love to know what's worth watching there. Hey, any of the new Netflix movies worth watching, guys? So many of them. I'm waiting for the roof to cave in on Netflix, man. They're so in debt. I don't know how they're going to do. And Disney's new streaming service is launching. They got a new Star Wars movie Star Wars series coming out on Disney Plus called The Mandalorian, which is, I guess it's directed by Jon Favreau. So that'll be interesting to see. Anyways, that'll do for me, guys. I'm just trying to stretch this into half an hour, which I don't even feel like I'm at yet. But, maybe by the time it's all said and done. I hope you guys have a great week. If you're suffering like I am with seasonal allergies, let me know what cocktail's working for you. I'm going to keep plowing ahead, just trying to stay alive and get through this season. I got 4 days of work coming up. I've also got, actually, next week I'll be doing, I'll speak to you guys before then, but it's going to be another busy week coming up. I'm going to be doing some stuff in Montreal and in Kingston. So, lots and lots of work. I'm excited. Got some more shows booked this week too. Busy boy. I cannot afford to stay dopey like this though. So sorry for the late and short episode. It will be better next week, guys. I will go live a life worth talking about next week. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are doing great. Hope everything's going well for you, and I will chat with you soon.